Hi people, it's me, Anja. My pronouns all she and her, and welcome back to my channel for a new series called Contextualizing Classics, where basically, first of all, I love that alliteration, but second of all, it's when I read classics that I've never read before and contextualize them. That was really self-explanatory, but it's similar to my other series where I'm reading YA books published in the last decade, which by the way, I'm still continuing, and contextualize them in 2025. So I think after this video, I might read The Darkest Minds as a palate cleanser. So anyway, today's pick is In The Rye, which I've never read before, and I honestly haven't really heard a whole lot about. Like, there are so many classics that have been analyzed before, especially since I was an English major in college, that I've heard of, you know what I mean? But I've heard, for example, The Bell Jar, I've heard is really, really good, but I've also heard that it's racist and anti-Semitist. But like with The Catcher in the Rye, I've heard that Holden is like an unlikable character or something like that, but I haven't really heard that there are any like problematic elements. I don't know. Anyway, all I really know about this book, honestly, is that it was published in, I think, the 1950s. I'm not quite sure on that, but anyway, that's all the knowledge that I know. So honestly, I'm so excited to start it. Okay, so first of all, I've read 2 chapters so far, and it's about a 16-year-old, or I guess, sorry, he's 17, and basically he's been expelled from 4 schools so far, and I think the story is set during Christmas break or something like that. Also, second of all, I am sick. I should have said that at the very beginning of this video, but I am sick, which is why I look busted. But also, I got a new camera, a new phone recently, so that's why the quality looks better than usual. But that means that you can see more details on my face. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't wear makeup, obviously, as you can tell. So, anyway, back to the book. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm really appreciating how, like, transparent Holden is as a teenager. He feels like a real boy. So, that's good so far. Hi people, so this angle is not the prettiest, but neither am I. So anyway, I've read 10 chapters so far, and so far I'm enjoying Holden's like narration, his train of thought, that kind of stuff. And I'm loving his dynamic with Jane, and like the way he explains like Phoebe and Allie and like all of his siblings. Like, that's really fascinating to me. But I'm curious as to where the plot is going. From what I understand, I think this story is more of a coming-of-age, character-driven story, and it's set over such a short period of time, too, so that's really interesting. But yeah, that's so far my first impression, but yeah, I'm almost 40% through this book. I know it's not explicit, but I just read chapter 14, and I feel like Maurice just like touched him or something, like something that's not super explicit but clearly had such a reaction that Holden wanted to basically die. Like, did he just get sexually assaulted? Is that what just happened? Like, what is happening? Anyway, I'm enjoying the world building, so that's good. A fun fact about me is that even though I majored in English in college, I really hated analyzing literature in high school, and I know that might sound weird because I was homeschooled prior to college, K through 12, but I really hated analyzing literature in high school because the answers were always one size fits all, you know what I mean? Whereas I learned in university that the answers can be anything as long as you have enough evidence to prove that point, or whatever. Anyway, all that to say, I'm reading In The Rye, and I'm almost done with it. And basically I'm at the part where Phoebe and Holden are talking, and Phoebe is asking him, like, what he genuinely likes, because she's insisting that he doesn't really like anything, and she just figured out that he got expelled again for the 4th time. And Holden just thought about the time that one of his classmates committed suicide, which, first of all, is so awful. What the hell goes on at an all-boys boarding school? What the fuck? Anyway, I don't really understand what a Catch on the Rye is. Like, am I stupid? I probably am, let's be real. But, like, the whole reason as to why I brought up my backstory about, like, disliking analyzing literature in high school, but then growing to love it in college because I learned a different way to do it. Like, if I read this book in high school, I would have finished it being like, what the hell was that? Like, what was the point? And now I'm like, what is the point? What is a Catch on the Rye? Like, he just explained that he wants to be the Catch on the Rye, and he wants to, like, catch... I don't understand. I'm so confused, actually. I'm literally so confused. What the hell does this title mean? Like, what? Like, I understand that obviously he's very depressed, and he's been through quite the ringer, and I feel like people don't really understand him, which is fair and understandable as a teenager. Like, teenagers are often underappreciated and are looked down upon, and people often think that teenagers, like, aren't very smart. They're often not taken seriously the majority of the time, which is very interesting because teenagers are often far more intellectual than, like, older generations tend to think. I don't know where the fuck this stereotype came from, that teenagers aren't very smart just because they haven't experienced, like, lots of quote-unquote adult things. Like, I don't know. Like, just because you haven't experienced lots of adult things doesn't mean that you're less smart than other people. I don't know if that makes any sense because, like, I don't know. Does that make any sense? Like, knowledge and experience can both exist together, but also separately? I'm making no sense. I'm making no sense at all, like this book. I don't know if you can tell, but I think I just started crying. He gave her his hunting hat. What the fuck? Phoebe's like the only person who actually cares about him, the only person who actually understands him. What the fuck? Anyway, I'm about to finish this book. Sorry, I just read chapter 24. What the fuck was that? Also, this, like, paragraph, is he admitting to being, like, a victim of child sexual assault multiple times? What? What is happening? Did Mr. Anatoly, I don't know how to pronounce that, and frankly, I don't care because I don't like this guy. Anyway, did he just sexually assault him in his sleep? What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm in shock. I'm in sincere shock. What? Anyway, I think I have like 2 chapters left. So let's see, plot-wise, how this story is going to end. So I finished the book, and frankly, I'm so confused. I can't even contextualize this story because I don't understand it. Like, okay, Spark Notes told me that this book is supposed to be about, like, being caught between, like, childhood and adulthood, and the poem that he, like, misinterpreted or whatever when he told Phoebe about it. And I'm so confused. What? And the ending is supposed to be him speaking from, like, a mental health hospital or something? Like, clearly, I understand that maybe he has depression or something, which is understandable given his past and his personal life and those details. But let me tell you, I'm so confused. What? Like, I don't understand what happened at all. So, in conclusion, first of all, I rated this book 3 stars. And second of all, I mentioned at the beginning of this video that literally the only thing that I knew about this book prior is that the main character is supposed to be unlikable. And it's not that I dislike him, nor that I really like him. I don't know, he reminds me of some profound protagonist from an old 80s movie that your parents recommend to you, that you watch now and all you understand is all these profound timeless quotes or whatever, but the characters themselves don't necessarily feel like real people because you can't really relate to them in 2024. Does that make any sense? Anyway, from what I really understand is that the reason as to why people either dislike Holden or really enjoy him is because he feels relatable, like he feels too real. You know what I mean? So, like, I understand his, like, train of thought or whatever, and I enjoyed getting inside of his head because he did feel like a real boy, like I mentioned at the very beginning. However, with the ending and everything, I don't really understand what the themes are supposed to be, which is why I don't really understand, like, why this book is considered to be so timeless. Like, in 20 years, like, it will be a century or whatever when this book was first published. I don't know if this book was first published in the late 40s or in the early 50s. I'm not quite sure, but I think it's supposed to be set also around that time. Anyway, I digress. Basically, I rated this book 3 stars. I don't really understand the point to it. My favorite element of this book is definitely his relationship with his kid sister. I think that that was really fascinating, and also his relationship with his brother, but specifically the one that passed away and not the Hollywood one. So anyway, in conclusion, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you really enjoyed The Catcher in the Rye, please let me know what the hell I missed out on, because I'm really confused. So yeah, like I said earlier, I can't really contextualize this classic because I didn't understand it. So yeah, there's that, and I'm now curious if this author like wrote any other timeless books that are considered classics, or if he's mainly known as like a one-hit wonder in the classic literature world. But anyway, in conclusion, if you enjoy this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up, comment down below the pineapple emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!